So, pag sinasabi natin relative motion, it is the study of how the position, the velocity, and acceleration of an object depending on the choice of reference frame. So, note that relative motion depends on both magnitude and direction. So, ano siya ha? Hindi lang siya, relative motion is a vector per se, no? Hindi yan scalar na magnitude lang. So, for example, eto, meron tayong dalawang object, meron tayong dalawang cars, cars A and car A at saka car B. So, etong car A, obviously, papunta siya dito, meron siyang velocity and acceleration. Etong car B din, meron siyang velocity and acceleration. Kukunin natin yung ano nila, relative motion, ano yung magiging value niyan? Okay. So, yan yun, no? Tingnan nyo. So, ano yung magiging relative motion nitong dalawang car na to? Okay. So, for example, ito papunta yan dito, no? Then, itong blue na part na to, this would describe the total acceleration of velocity of this car. And then, ito din, blue din for the another car, no? Meron din yung vertical at saka horizontal component. So, basically, ito yung formula natin for relative motion analysis of two particles using translating axis. So, kung kukunin natin yung relative velocity niyan, object A with respect to object B, tingnan nyo class ha, yung magiging wording nito. Object A with respect to object B. So, yung reference natin is yung object A. No? Nirespect natin yan sa object B. So, yung object A natin ang ating ini-evaluate dito. So, velocity ng A is equivalent sa velocity ng B plus velocity of A with respect to B. Okay? Now, kung kukunin natin yung object B velocity with respect to A, ito naman yung mangyari. Velocity of B plus velocity of A plus yung relative velocity ng B with respect to A. Okay? Now, for relative acceleration, the same thing pa rin. Kung kukunin natin yung acceleration ng A with respect to B, so acceleration ng A is equivalent sa acceleration ng B plus acceleration ng A with respect to B. The same thing dito sa object B. Acceleration ng B is equivalent sa acceleration ng A plus the relative acceleration of B with respect to A. So, pansin nyo naman no, yung wording. Actually, nasali na ito dun sa impulse, if you have remember, a problem nung na-throw ni Man yung tawag nito, block ba yun or rock? Then, nag-move siya, no? Relative to the, parang, nandun siya sa boat, if you have remember that problem. So, ginamitan natin yun ng relative velocity. Supposedly, na-discuss muna natin to para makuha natin yun, no? So, let's just try to cover this one muna. Okay, let's start with answering problem number 1. Okay, anyway, I'll just be moving dito dun sa ano natin. Okay, ito. Okay, a train travels at a constant speed of 60 miles per hour and crosses over a road as shown. So, meron tayong train dito, no? Na ito. Okay. Then, beneath that train, a railroad, meron tayong, if the automobile, A, ito, is traveling 45 miles per hour along the road. So, meron din tayong, ito yung magiging velocity niya, no? So, meron siyang x at saka y prime component. Determine the magnitude and direction of the velocity of the train relative. Okay, train. So, so basically, we need to solve for the v train with respect to our automobile. So, yan yung kukunin natin. Okay? So, since train to, so we will also be pointing our, we will be focusing our point of view sa train. So, velocity ng train is equivalent sa velocity ng automobile plus velocity of train with respect to our automobile. Tama ba? So, basically, we need to, we need to tawag nito, we need to resolve the component itong velocity ng automobile into two. We have the velocity along x prime and velocity along y prime. Recall natin yung sa statics, 'di ba? Pag may x tayo, unit vector niya is I. Pag may y tayo, unit vector niya is j. So, apply natin yan dito, no? Velocity of the train is equivalent sa 60 miles per hour and that is along x. Okay, along x prime. Ito yung x prime, mga arbitrary, ano yan arbitrary axis. Pero that is the same thing as x dito. So, along x yan si velocity ng train, tama ba? So we can say that is 60I. Tama? Considering positive itong direction na to. Then equate natin yan sa velocity ng automobile. So meron tayong dalawa. Okay, for the automobile, we have here 45, and then as you can see 45 yung angle niyan, that is 45 cosine of 45I. So positive yan dito, no? And then plus ito 45 sine 45J. Ito naman yun. Okay? And that is equivalent, plus pa rin sa velocity of train with respect to A. Okay? So, gawin natin is that ito, transpose natin sa kabila, ito din, transpose natin sa kabila. Ano yung mangyayari dito, class? We have here 60 minus, magiging minus na to, no? Negative 45 cosine of 45, and that would give us positive 28.18. So, 28.18I minus, ito na yun, di ba? Minus 45 sine 45, that would give us negative 31.82. 31.82J. And that is our, unahin ko lang ito isulat ha, that is our VT over A. So, yan yung velocity ng train natin with respect to automobile. So, yan yung vector form niya, or meaning to say, this is its, tawag nito, horizontal component. Ito naman yung magiging vertical component niya. So, since that is negative, so most likely, ang VT sub A, that would have a direction like this one, no? Pero, ano yung magnitude niyan? Okay, using the concept ng Pythagorean, we can just take the square root of the squares, no? 28.18 square plus negative 31.82 square. So, ano magiging sagot nito? Hello? Square root of 28. Okay, check ko lang ha. 31.82. So, sagot dito is equivalent sa 42.5, no? So, it is 42.5 and the unit is miles per hour kasi naka miles per hour tayo dyan, no? Miles per hour or MPH na lang. MPH, o miles per hour. Yan yung magiging magnitude natin. And how about naman yung direction natin? So, if you have remember, no? If you have remember, to get angle, di ba, that is just arctan of summation of forces along y, summation of forces along x. Kapag ganito, we can just also take ng velocity ng y, tapos velocity ng x. Okay? So, meron naman dyan, no? So, that is arctan of, yung velocity ng y, ito yon. We need to carry the sign, ha? Negative 31.82. Huwag nyo na isulat yung j. Then, we have here 28.18. Kasi yung j is just representation that is the unit vector along x and y. Okay, ano naman sagot dito, class? Arctan of negative 31.82 divided by 28.18. So, ang sagot dito is equivalent yan sa 48 negative. So, what does it mean? Okay, meron tayong, say for example, meron tayo ditong reference line, and then if we will be moving, no? If we will be moving from positive papunta dito, counterclockwise, that is positive yung magiging direction natin. Pero kapag negative yung magiging angle natin, so meaning to say clockwise direction yan. So ito yung negative na angle. So nakuha naman natin yan kanina, that is if this is positive, so most likely pag ganyan yan, and then negative papunta dito. So yung angle natin or yung direction ng angle natin is ganito. So which is negative, which is correct. So this is 48.5, then lagay lang na natin yung direction niyan. Okay? Degrees. So, yan na yung magiging sagot natin. Itong 42.5, tsaka itong angle na to. Kasi, as I've said, yung relative velocity is a vector form. Meron yang direction and meron yun din siyang magnitude. Magnitude in both the direction. Okay? I think we can still answer this one. No? We still have 10 minutes. So, maximize na lang natin class ha. Para tomorrow, we will be continuing our discussion na sa tomorrow, we will start our discussion on for your fourth exam na. Ha? Kasi kung di tayo mag-advance topic, will be running out of time na tayo niyan, no? So example number 2. At the instant shown, cars A and B are traveling with speed of 18 meter per second and 12 meter per second respectively. Also at this instant, A has a decrease in speed of 2 meter per second squared, that is deceleration, and B has an increase in speed, acceleration, 3 meter per second squared. Determine the velocity and acceleration of B with respect to A. So, acceleration daw ng B, velocity ng B daw with respect to A, so that is B, velocity of B with respect to A, yan yun, di ba? And then also, acceleration ni B with respect to A. So, ito yung mga unknowns natin. Tama ba? So, tingnan natin, no? So, una, velocity ng B equivalent sa velocity ng A plus velocity of B with respect to A. So, ito yung magiging tanong dito for number 1. So, for number 2, we have acceleration ng B is equivalent sa acceleration ng A plus acceleration ng B with respect to A. Ito naman yung magiging tanong dito. Okay, first is itong velocity ng B with respect to A. Okay, sorry. So, tingnan natin yung car A. Car A is moving daw in this direction, no? So, ano yung meron tayong 60 degrees dito as our angle, no? So, that means we have here, papunta siya dito, papunta siya in this direction. Meron yang dalawang components, di ba? Meron tayong ganitong component at meron tayong pababa na component. So, considering, no, positive yung magiging x dito, ganyan, then positive naman yung magiging paitaas. So, therefore, that is both negative. So, negative 18, and then that is cosine of 60 degrees, I, minus 18 then, negative yan, that is sine of 60 degree, J. Okay, yan yung velocity ng A natin, no? And then, yung tanong, VB over A. Okay, yung VB natin, ano naman yung VB natin? VB natin, as you can see, okay, tangential lang siya, papunta lang siya sa dito. So, we need to say that is all negative din. Negative 12J lang yan. Okay, negative 12J lang yan. So, magnitude lang man dito, no? Wala naman siguro ang angle, no? Pero try natin kunin din yung angle. Okay? So, kunin natin yung calculator natin. So, we have here negative. So, i-transpose natin to. Sorry, transpose natin to, no? Magiging positive na yan yung I. So, that is 18 cosine of 60. And that would give us 9. Okay, ito magiging 9I. Okay, negative tapos magiging positive. So, try natin. Negative 12. Tapos, plus 18 sine 60. And that would give us negative 3.59. Okay, negative 3.59J. So, that is equivalent sa VB over A. Okay, tawag nito, relative velocity of B with respect to A. So, kukunin natin yung magnitude niya, no? So, that is basically square root lang 99 squared plus negative 3.59. Kindly give me the value, class B. Square root of. This is 9.69 meter per second. Yan yung velocity ng, relative velocity ng B with respect to A. Ano naman yung angle niyan? So, arctan of, so yung y natin, ito yung negative 3.59. Divide natin yan by 9. So, anong value dito, class? Tama. Tama naman, di ba? Na magiging, ano to, no? So, this is negative 21.75. Yes, sir. 75 degree. So, that means, yung direction pala natin is papunta dito, no? Para ganyan. Or, pwede din gawin natin pa ganito. Since yung object natin papunta naman dito. Okay, so, that is correct. Or, you can just also stick with the negative. Okay, ito na yun. And then, next is yung acceleration naman, no? Acceleration, copy lang natin to, ha. Saglit lang to, class. Tapos na to. Problem number 2 lang tayo, class. Still have 5 minutes, okay? So, acceleration natin. So, kukunin muna natin yung acceleration at point B. So, nakita nyo naman yung object B natin is traveling along a curve, no? So meaning to say we need to consider the what? We need to consider the normal acceleration and the tangential acceleration. Ang tangential acceleration naman is given already 3 meter per second squared. So yung tanong dito is yung normal acceleration of point B na lang. So that is velocity at point B square over yung radius. Okay, yung radius natin is constant which is equivalent sa 100 or that is denoted as by this one. So that is the normal force at point of the car B. So ito velocity ng B natin, ano yan yung velocity ng B natin? 12. Okay. 12 square over 100. You would get 1.440 for this one. Kaya na lang mag-check later ha. So that is ano yan class? In this direction, tama ba? Kasi yung normal acceleration is always towards the what? The center. So that will become negative. Kasi papunta yan negative I. So yung acceleration at B is negative 1.440 I. Okay? And then yung J naman na component niya is negative din. Okay, negative 3J. Equate natin yan sa acceleration ng A. Acceleration ng A, sabi dito, okay, na-decelerate siya. 2 meter per second. So, meaning to say, yung arrow niya, although decelerate yan, ang arrow niya is papunta naman doon. So, magiging positive lang din yan. 2 cosine I, 2 cosine 60I, and then plus 2 sine 60J. And then plus acceleration ng B with respect to A. Okay, so kung isosolve ninyo to, okay, for acceleration ng B with respect to A, you would get, okay, kayo na lang bahala, negative 2.44I plus, negative 4.732J. Okay, then if you would get the magnitude of this one, square root nyo lang lahat to, you would get 5.32 meters per second square. That is the relative acceleration of B with respect to A. Then, kung kukunin nyo yung angle nito, that is basically arctan of acceleration along Y over acceleration along X of B with respect to A. So, that would become, okay, 4.732, negative yan, over negative 2.440, since negative over negative, but that will become positive. So, magiging sagot nito is 62.7 degree positive. So, yan yung magiging sagot dito. Okay bale ito class, nakuha lang ito by, ito, substitute nyo lang dun. I-transpose nyo pa lang. Tapos, gawin nyo is, i-combine nyo lang. Okay? So, basically, that is how you answer this problem.